guys, welcome back. It's Mrs. Peterson, that lady who teaches art, and today I'm going to explain your next assignment, which is actually to do a little research about a style of art called opt art. It's spelled like this, O-P and then a space art. It is actually short for like optical illusion, so that might give you a hint if you're on the right track or not when you start to do this. But the first question you're going to need to answer is describe or define the style. So you're going to give me some characteristics. How would you know if something is opt art or isn't? What should you look for? Are there certain colors? Are there certain materials that are used? And so you're going to answer that question right here. Number 2 says, in 1913, one artist began making opt art. Who was that artist? And there shouldn't be a question mark right here. It should just be a period. But who was that artist? A lot of times in art history, we'll have one person who's way ahead of their times start doing this crazy thing, and everybody else thinks they're just insane, right? And then they, pass away, and other people discover their artwork and go, wow, they were really onto something. And then a bunch of people start making that art. And then that's when that type of art becomes popular. And so there was one artist way back in 1913, before opt art had even really become a thing, who started making art like this. So who was that? The third question is, op art became popular in the 1960s. So what was going on in the USA at that time? So in our country, what were some specific things that were happening? And there were a lot of really important things happening in history in our country at that time. And then also what was going on in the world in the 1960s. So were there other countries doing huge things at that time? Were there wars happening in the world at that time? This would be the place for that. And then number 5, you're going to pick one of the artists who made opt art famous. So this is none of these 3 are your answer to number 2. So if you get one of their names for number 2, it's not right. But these 3 started making this really famous like in the 1960s and after that as well. So you're going to choose one of them. Okay, you can pick, it doesn't matter which one. And you're going to look up their work. So you're going to search for them specifically. Don't just grab any image from Google. That's not going to work because, if I made an artwork that's like Bridget Riley's and I put, oh, look, this is like Bridget Riley's, well, then Google is going to pull that artwork even though it's not hers at all. So you need to find something that's hanging in a museum somewhere, a picture like that. And I will give you 2 really credible websites to use in just a second. But you're going to pick one of them, and you are going to find 2 artworks by them, 2 different artworks by them. And on the slide, you're going to need to fill in the artist's name, the name of the artwork, and the year created. Okay. So 2 websites that I will let you use. The first is theartstory.org, and I will write this also in the directions on the Google Classroom site. But this is a really good one. You don't really put spaces in there. You just type it all together. Then the other one is Wikipedia. And as long as none of you change this, I just checked it, and Wikipedia, their article on opt art is good. So you can use that as well. Then you're going to go to the slideshow, and in the slideshow there's going to be 2 slides that I have already typed your first name and last initial on the top of. Those 2 slides are going to be yours. You're going to copy and paste in or drag in your image of Bridget Riley's work or Jesus Rafael Soto's work, 1 on each slide. You're going to put the artist's name, the year they created it, and the name of the artwork. And you will get an email with that slideshow in it, but you can also find it from your drive if you go to what was shared with you. If you have any questions, please let me know. But this is going to be your next assignment, is to do some research on opt art. All right, I can't wait to see what you guys come up with.